Aloha, 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 beautiful soul. Welcome at Wednesday Wee. So today I wanted to elaborate a little bit more on the story of Dr. Ihaleakala Yulen, who is not the founder of Ho'oponopono, but he is one of those public figures that have made Ho'oponopono known for the big world. And he has done so in cooperation with Dr. Joe Vitale in the book Zero Limits and the Sequence at Zero. Now you have to know that Dr. Ihaleakala Yulen, he did not write any word in that book. He did not even read the full book. Before the book Zero Limits came into existence, he was cleansing. He was asking permission, and he was cleansing all the things that were going on inside of him for writing a book. Not because he didn't think writing a book was a good choice, but because he knew what the consequences would be of such a book. And then he came into contact with this marketing guru, Joe Vitale, who was asking him, can we write a book together on Ho'oponopono? And he was cleansing. He was cleansing for everything that could be established through that book. And not everything that could be established would be good things, you know. There would be misinterpretations. There would be people that are practicing Ho'oponopono that would get really upset about the fact that everything would go public. There would be gods and ancestors and akua and aumakua that needed to be at peace before that book would ever come out. And then Joe Vitale wrote that book, and believe me, you don't buy the book, but you don't have to read the book. He wrote the book, Joe Vitale, and then in the beginning Dr. Ihaleakala, as he was saying in one of his weekend seminars, he was flipping through the book and he was reading all those paragraphs, but at some point he was like, let me just ask the gods. And he asked the gods if everything that was in the book was okay. He got the messages, what needed to be changed, and that's how that book was being published. Now in that book is the energy of Dr. Ihaleakala Yulen. So go ahead, purchase the book, but just have it under your pillow so that the clearing process can take place inside of you. And nothing more. You can read the book if you want it, but that's not the issue. Having the book is there for your clearing purpose. So how come that energy of Dr. Ihaleakala is so strong? Because he was a healing practitioner. He made it his life purpose to heal. To absolutely heal everything inside of him. And he was very aware that with healing inside, he was healing outside. And that's exactly what Ho'oponopono is about. Ho'oponopono is not about you taking care of someone else. Ho'oponopono is about you taking care of you. I always call it the selfish healing technique. Because it's not about the outside world. The outside world is only the mirror for us to help us clean inside. And while we are cleaning inside, it has an effect on the outside world. So Dr. Ihaleakala Yulen, he at some point started working in this prison ward, and you can read that story everywhere on the internet. He started working on a prison ward. He did not see any of the prisoners, and this was a psychiatric ward of the prison, which means they had the worst case people there murderers, burglars, people arrested for having weapons, for doing assaults. I don't know how it's all called in English, but bad stuff. Or at least what we see as being bad. And then he was teaching the staff how to use Ho'oponopono, and he was going through the files of the inmates using Ho'oponopono. And after some time, and in some stories it says 3 years, and in some stories it says 12 months, I have no clue what the time is. I believe Dr. Aloha says 3 years. But after a certain period, things started to change. They started to change because Dr. Aloha and the staff were taking full responsibility for what was going on inside of them. Because at the moment that you see a murderer in front of you, you have a physical, mental, and a spiritual reaction, don't you? And the first thing that is popping up, that is taking most of the space, is your judging. So when you release that judging, you are also releasing that person from their prison. So that's what he did. So imagine, it's not because he is such, of course he's a powerful person, but he's not so much different from you and me. He's a human being. You are a human being. You can do the same as he did. And it's not that difficult. Ho'oponopono is really easy. It are very simple tools. Well, it's not easy to continue practicing when you don't see the results, because that is what is making things hard, isn't it? It's because we have learned when we do one thing, we need to see the result immediately. Not in 2 months' time, not in 5 years' time. No, now! But when you are teaching yourself that it's not about the results, not about the inner results, not about the outer results, and you continue applying the tools of Ho'oponopono, even on wanting to have results, you will find for yourself that you are producing peace. You are producing a different state of mind. So I had a beautiful example last weekend. I went to a friend's place together with my boyfriend, and both of us, we practice Ho'oponopono. And this friend, she has a lot of things going on, and she had, I'm not sure how you call that in English, but she had like her brain shut down for a moment, which means that some of her normal things are not that easy anymore. Like walking is difficult because she does not have that balance anymore, and because her brain do not give the right impulses to her legs. Preparing a cup of coffee or tea is already difficult for her. It is something that demands a lot of concentration. So we went to her place, and both of us, my friend and my boyfriend and me, we practice Ho'oponopono even when we have no clue about doing it, We don't do that. We don't practice Ho'oponopono to make the other person feel better. We practice Ho'oponopono because we know the effect on ourselves. And we do it automatically. We don't have to think about it. We don't have to go like, okay, well, we're going this way or we're going there, and that means I will need to practice Ho'oponopono. No way. We do it because we know the effect of the tools to ourselves, and with that, to the people we are with. And another benefit is that because we are practicing Ho'oponopono, we do not judge that much. So whatever is happening for that person, we just take it as it is. Ho'oponopono, make right more right. It's already right. It could not have happened differently. So because we are non-judgmental, and because we are using the tools of Ho'oponopono and applying them to all the energies that are inside of us that feel like reacting on this person, we are like having an effect on that visit. And this lady, she came back with a message to my boyfriend, and she said, like, I don't know what you guys did, but I have more energy. I feel like more alive, and there are things that I couldn't do before that now I can do. Well, we did not practice Ho'oponopono to have those effects. We were not searching for results of practicing Ho'oponopono, but it is an effect that was established. So she was asking, what were you guys doing? So we told her, we practice Ho'oponopono. Go ahead and practice it yourself. And see what the miracles are. Because there are miracles inside of you waiting for like space, waiting for like, even if it's like a little beam of light that is coming through all the judgments and all the crap that's going on in your head. And it's not bad that there's crap going on in your head, because that's what you have learned. You've learned to believe in that. But at the moment that you are making space inside of yourself, and that you are allowing, even for small moments in time, that there's some parting of the crap clouds and inspiration can come in, you will see the magic that is happening, that you are establishing. Because it's not the outside world that is there to heal you. It's your task. It's your task to take full responsibility of where you want to go. It is your task to go and heal yourself. Which is one of the reasons that I do self-healing. Because I cannot depend on other people, can you? When you have all these modalities of psychologists and therapists and like alternative ways, and they are helping you, but they are not making you independent of the technique. And that's one thing that Ho'oponopono does. Of course you will need to practice, but you can practice by yourself. And that for me is the beauty, because I don't want to have my healing being dependent on other people. I want to take charge of it myself. And the reason I want to take charge of it myself is because I know best what kind of healing I need. I know best what kind of healing I need to apply on myself. Another person can only see me through their eyes, not through my eyes. When you look at someone, you see them through your eyes. That has nothing to do with that person. I really wish that these little videos are waking you up, and that you are starting to step into your power. Whichever way you do so, your way is the only right way to do so. That doesn't mean you have to practice Ho'oponopono. It means that you have to practice what is inside of you. You have to practice what is there inside of you, that is the magic that wants to come out. You have to practice not believing in the crap and believing in your virtues. Go ahead and practice that, whichever way you do so. Sending you much, much, much love. And remember, you are the magic you are waiting for. Ciao, ciao. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you, beautiful soul. If there's anything I want you to take from these videos, then it is the permission for you to shine your light. It's the most important thing. So go ahead, shine your light. I love you. Bye-bye.